Hey guys, how's it going? Today I went Black Friday shopping and I ended up buying nothing because I couldn't find anything that was cheap. Everything was kind of expensive and it was Black Friday, so it was kind of strange. Uh, yeah, everything seemed like it was regular price. Like I wanted to like buy a movie or something just so I can buy something because I felt like I needed to buy something on Black Friday, and it's like 25 bucks for a movie. I'm like, how's this on sale? I don't know. It's just I went around and I found absolutely nothing for sale. Like it's kind of stupid. Everything seemed like it was regular price, but then again, I don't go shopping that much, so I can't really compare prices. But it felt like everything was expensive. I went to Best Buy, I went to Memory Express, I went to Superstore, had a few things on sale, but nothing I was really interested in. I'm not a material person. Like I really don't care for shit. Like I don't care for nice cars. I don't care for material stuff. I'm using a computer that's freaking 10 years old. I have a newer computer outside. I have a newer computer, but I'm too lazy to use that computer because I'm comfortable with this computer, and it works fine. So I'm like, yeah, why do I need a new computer if this computer works? So like, I feel like I should buy something, but I just don't know what to buy. I bought some chocolates, but that wasn't on sale. It was like regular price. Uh, So, anyways, today's video, that whole thing was kind of stupid. But today's video is gonna be about me buying Apple. I took a gamble. I bought Apple. I bought 50 shares. I bought about 10,000 Canadian dollars, not 10,000 US dollars. 10,000 plus Canadian dollars of Apple stock today at $172.78, and I already lost a little bit on it, so I'm down on that. And I also bought Aurora Cannabis today, a little gamble. This is on an account that doesn't have any Aurora shares, so it's kind of like a restart. So $8.02 where I bought it at. The price of the stock right now is $8. I was thinking that because I saw a bunch of stocks green today, like Tilray, and I saw Canopy up, and I saw like Afria kinda up, and some of the cannabis stocks were green, and Aurora was like not moving anywhere. So I was like, oh, maybe Aurora move. So I just threw in 2,000 shares to see if I can attempt to do a swing trade, and it didn't move today. But I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If it goes down a lot, I'll just buy more, because I do believe that eventually the stock will go past $8 and it'll go back to like $14-15. So I'm not too worried about buying at $8. But in the short term, if the stock market crashes, which is possible, it can go way lower than that. So I guess that's my little gamble. But I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'll just buy more if it goes lower. The reason why I bought Apple stock, because I was looking at the chart. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This stock has gone down 11% in like the past 5 days. And I was like thinking that, you know what, I think this stock will bounce because it's going down way faster than I was expecting. And it was shocking me. And so I decided to, make a little bit of a gamble and pick up some shares. So I bought, 50 shares today. Just a small gamble. I guess 50 shares could be a lot to someone else, but to me, it's not. So, just feels like a regular buy to me. So, I think the stock could go down further. I'm making a bet that the stock goes to 160. But the problem is, it went down so much, so fast, that I thought if I bought it, it could have a nice bounce, and then I could sell it off at like, 180. And because I do think the stock is going to 160, but I didn't think it would just keep plummeting all the way down to 160. I mean, it could, anything's possible, but that would be crazy if it just went from 195 to 160 in like a week. So I mean, if this stock goes to like, no, you know what, whatever, I'll just be a long-term shareholder on Apple. If I see it go to 160, I'll just buy more. And if it goes down below 160, like to 125 or 130 or 110 or $100, if Apple actually goes down to $100, I would be throwing boatloads of money into Apple, because it is considered extremely undervalued at $100 in my opinion. I believe that Apple is very, very undervalued at $100. So I would be an extreme buyer. I'm sure Apple would be happy to buy their stock back at $100 too. So I'm hoping this thing hits $100. But I definitely will be adding more if it hits 160. And then if it hits like 140, maybe I'll buy some more. And then if it ever actually hits $100, this is when I would back the truck on Apple stock and just load up on some massive amount of shares, because I do believe long term, in the next 2 years, 3 years, I think Apple will go back to $200, especially when iPhone 5G comes out. So I'm really hoping it goes to $100. That would be, if Apple goes to about $100, $90, $100, that would, like, at that point, I would have to say we are in a market crash. The market has crashed. Officially, the market has crashed if Apple stock goes to $100. It's only $72. It's possible. Like, let's look at, like you compare two companies, right? Apple and Microsoft. Apple and Microsoft, they're both, in the computer business, but Apple is in the iPhones, I guess the cell phone computer business, the smartphone business, while Microsoft tried to shoehorn their way in and failed. But if you look at the market cap, $791 billion, and Apple's $817 billion, there's something absolutely wrong. Apple basically lost, I think they were at $1.1 trillion, and now they're at $817 million. They lost over $300 billion of market cap in like a time frame of like a month, maybe a little bit more than a month, like a month and 3 weeks. Hold on, let's just see. About a month and 3 weeks. They lost quite a bit of value. So yeah, and then if you look at like Apple financials, it's like they're making $63 billion per quarter, with a net profit of $14 billion, while Microsoft makes, like $8 billion per quarter, with a total revenue of $29 billion. Apple's making way more revenue. They also have way more expenses, but still, like, I think Microsoft is overvalued and Apple is, I guess, still kind of overvalued, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be the market cap between Apple and Microsoft should be worlds apart. Not worlds apart, like at least a couple $100 billion apart, not like $30 million apart from each other. And if Microsoft surpasses Apple in market cap, that would make absolutely no sense. Even looking at the balance sheet, like Apple has a total shareholder equity of $107 billion, while Microsoft has a shareholder equity of 85. So, I mean, I guess so. I don't know. Whatever. I think Apple is a way bigger business than Microsoft, and Apple deserves a way bigger market cap than Microsoft, in my opinion only, though. So, but at the end of the day, I still think the stock's heading to 160. I still believe that it's heading back to, I believe it's heading back to 160. I think that's when it's going to settle, because it's already, it's already heading back to like way below This stock's heading back to 160. Like, it's only $12 more before it hits 160, and and it could go lower than 160. It could go to 140, 130, 120. It is a scary time because Apple is crashing and Microsoft is, I mean, I'm surprised a lot of people don't come in and try to short Microsoft because, like, Microsoft is kind of linked to Apple. They're both kind of like doing the same thing, except for Apple has, smartphones and Microsoft doesn't. Microsoft has a higher like gross profit than Apple though. Like a way higher gross profit, because Apple has like a like less than like a 45% gross profit, while Microsoft has like way more, like 80 or 90% gross profit. So I mean, in a sense, Microsoft does make the revenue they generate is way higher than the revenue Apple generates. I mean, if Steve Jobs was around, I don't think this would happen. But I don't know. I think Steve Jobs made Apple, and Tim Cook kind of screwed it up. Because when Steve Jobs was CEO of Apple, they had no debt. They had no liabilities on the balance sheet. Now it has $258 billion of liability. He used debt to grow his company, and now the interest rates are getting hiked up. So it's like not beneficial to Apple anymore to have a lot of debt. That's how I see things. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for, I think this is it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.